So at first it was a matter of adjustment and trying to feel better, because definitely at that point I felt very sick. And what my teenage sister and I started doing was we started playing with a story for fun. We were writing a story just for ourselves. She and I came up with the characters together, and we worked on a little bit of a plot, and I just started writing. And I wasn't trying to write it well because I couldn't, but I just told myself, this is just for fun. I don't want to lose it totally. We're not going to do anything with it. Let's just play with it. And as time went by, the story wouldn't go away. I would put it on the shelf for months at a time because I just could not write, and I would work on trying to bring my life back. Eventually, after a couple of years, I started drawing again. I picked up a pencil for the first time in years, which is kind of sad because I'd never gone a day without drawing before that. But I finally picked it up and started bringing my drawing back, and in between I'd work on my writing. And I'd be so frustrated because I couldn't think. I've described it in my blog as, you know, the feeling when you're walking through water that's, let's say, chest high. It's hard to walk through water. You have the resistance and you're in slow motion. You know you want to move quickly, but you can't. You're working against resistance. Well, try imagining doing the same thing but walking through mud. That's how it is for me to think on some days. It's like trying to walk through mud. I go to my brain, but there's nothing there. And don't make fun of that. But I'm working on it. I'm trying to live healthy. I'm trying to exercise, keep myself up, keep strong, eat right, get my rest. And right now, I'm treading water. And it's water. It's not mud all the time, but it's water. If I do those things and take care of myself, I'm treading water and I can keep above all this. But if anything happens to knock me off my path, I sink like a stone and I'm in the mud again. So that's why it's taken me 4 years to write this story, because it's been a series of stops and starts, fits and starts. This story has been as much rehabilitation for me as it has been a writer trying to write a novel. So it's very close to my heart. And now that I'm feeling a little stronger, okay, I'm feeling a lot stronger. I'm feeling a lot stronger in my head, my confidence. The online community has helped me tremendously with this, which is why sometimes you're going to see me disappear for hours or days at a time. You're going to see me start on a new social media platform and then all of a sudden mousewords is gone. That's because mousewords can't think. So, pause. Okay, I'm fine. It's been that kind of a week, and I've dropped off the face of the earth. But I'm swimming to the top. Not so sure I'm going to keep this video. Okay. I'm fine. Okay. Anyways, I got a cold last week, and it knocked me under. It's not so much that I feel sick. It's just that my head can't handle a lot of things. So when I catch a cold, it's the same thing that happens to anybody else. Work piles up. You don't get as much done as normally. So, you know, you got a lot to do. And in the meantime, I had a lot of words to write. But what starts happening in my brain is that when I have too much to do and I can't handle it, my brain starts turning off. It's like having a room full of lights and you start turning them off one by one by one. And that's why I don't mean to turn off social media and groups and connection with friends, but it's just sometimes I just can't think. So I'm working on that. Like I wrote today to a friend, I'd much rather turn off vacuuming, which I do anyway, but I don't want to shut out my friends because the support I get from them is what's keeping me going, really, literally. And I totally appreciate you, every one of you, and I thank you for it. So today I kind of had a crash day. I have these where I go under because my brain just says I can't take any more. But, you know, there's something inside that says if you want to live a life of excellence, you can't give up. And the only alternative to living a life of excellence is leading a life of mediocrity. And I don't have it in me to accept mediocrity. I don't often produce anything that's any great shakes, but I want to keep trying because I want to live a good life. The Bible says, Christ in the Bible said that I have come that they may have life and that they have it more abundantly. And I've taken him at his word because that's the life I want to lead. And I hope that's the life that I can express to other people. You can lead an abundant life. You can lead a victorious life regardless of what is in your path trying to hold you back. I wish there was an easier way to get that message across without having experienced it, but since there isn't, I'm going to do the best I can. So, what did I do today? I spent most of the day in a fit of depression, basically. And then I climbed out of it, and I had some Campbell's soup because that's comfort food, and I had a lot of cookies. Cookies are helpful. And then I thought, you know what? I have 5 days left. Am I going to make the 50,000 or am I not? And I really, really hate the idea of giving up. So I went to Starbucks and I sat down and I did the math, got out my calculator, and I said, I need 4,000 words today. And I need 4,000 words every day for the next 5 days. That takes me over a little bit, but I like to estimate over. So I spent 3 hours at Starbucks and I got 2,342 words. And I didn't know what I was going to write when I sat down, but for some reason, I was listening to music. Music is such an inspiration. And I was listening to Delirium, which is ironic, but it just inspired me, and I wound up writing the climax of the end of my book. So I'm right in the middle of that right now. And right now, it's 10:51 p.m. I'm standing today at 2,342 words. I'm going to make 4,000 tonight. I took a nap earlier, so I'm not going to worry too much about getting overtired today. Sometimes I push myself because it's more of a struggle to stop and to face the fact that I haven't accomplished what I feel like I need to accomplish, because I'm working with a handicap, and I know if I were to see anybody else doing this, I'd say, for goodness sake, anything that you can give is good enough. But I can't look at myself and say that. So I'm going to give everything I possibly can. And I have it in the back of my heart. I know someplace in there that I can do this. I can live a successful life. I can live an abundant life. And I can be more than I think I can in my worst and darkest moments. And if that translates into a pretty good book someday, then I guess it's worth it. If it helps one other person with their journey, to know that they're not alone, but somebody else is thinking about all the other millions of people going through hard things in life and saying a prayer for them, then it's definitely worth it. So, that's today's video. And I'm going to get back on the video track and back on the blogging track. And I'm going to get myself a bit more organized this week. I know I can do it. And thank you for coming along with me on this journey. And whatever it is that you've had to go through that makes you feel that way, you're not alone. And you can do it. And you can live an abundant life. And I'll talk to you tomorrow.